That's right. I'm back. Banks, debt, money. Little unknown fact. And I like bringing you unknown stuff, even though it's 100% truthful. It's not discussed, not talked about. Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank. You all think they're individual entities. They're all separate banks. Well, in reality, they're all one bank, folks. And they all own the Federal Reserve. And somehow they have seized control of over 60% of the annual earnings on all the capital markets and 40% of the value of these companies. Now, the way they have been able to do this is they have all the same directors. You see it on TV every now and then. You don't know the names, you don't get it, but this is why they move from company to company to company. They're all employed by the same entity. They're all the same. They obviously control all the TVs, all the media, all the press, all the damn movies. You can see the subliminal stuff in the movies and their ideals in the kind of movies that are coming out. Catching Fire. I mean, come on now. All these post-apocalyptic running out of time, credits in your wrist, digital currency, Elysium, and it's all mental preparation. You're brainwashed every day. I'll give you a little analogy. Remember the the Wizard of Oz? Right? The Wizard of Oz, everything you need to know about your money and didn't get it. Obviously, people who have caught on to maybe realize that that little yellow brick road, come on, you know what that symbolized. Bingo! It symbolized gold, right? And the the Wizard of Fat Ass Oz, he represents all these companies that are out there that are controlling all these capital markets. All right. Remember the screen that the wizard had? That's actually the media and all these modes of media injecting the movies and the symbolisms that they want you to go by. And remember the dog, the little Bow Wow that pulled up the curtain behind and revealed the little man behind the curtain, That symbolizes, the people that are trying to expose this system that we have. Remember, this system that we have is not an accident. I'm going to go into, how long this has been going on. It's been going on since Jump, since America was for America, since America was starting its way to become America. You got billionaires that are dumping money, dumping stocks and buying gold by the truckload. Are they trying to crash the U.S. dollar? Of course they're trying to crash the U.S. dollar. Dead presidents. If the Treasury Department is issuing the currency, our Treasury Department, as so foretold in our Constitution that we have the right to coin our own money, then you don't pay interest on that money that the Treasury is issuing. But if you have the Treasury Department issue a promissory note to the Federal Reserve, and then the Federal Reserve issues the currency, well, guess what happens, folks? The note accrues interest, which is illegal. That's how our debt just continues to grow, and we never have seemed to be able to pay it. I'm going to go into why we don't pay our debt, or how it's impossible to pay our debt. Why? Well, obviously we spend more than we take in. So they had you believe, but we definitely spend more than we take in because of all the little black products they got going on. You know those tax payments that you make? Illegal taxes that they are. That's a whole different issue. But I'm going to explain. When you do make a tax payment to the tax system, to the IRS, You know how you send a tax payment to one place and you send your tax form to another place? The check that you send goes directly to the Federal Reserve. And they take the check and they send it to the UK. The UK banks, at that point, keep 40%. I'll explain why. And they send 60% to where? The Jesuits in the Vatican. You see why we never pay our debt? Well, that's insane, right? What do you mean we don't? We send out tax payments to what? You're out of your mind. What are you talking about? I'm talking about know your damn history is what I'm talking about. Same kind of history that, the only way the U.S. government actually has money to do anything is we sell drugs. And I'm not talking about pharmaceutical over-the-counter drugs. You're crazy. I'm crazy. Why did this year alone the 12 banks of these aforementioned banks that I mentioned, Citibank, Deutsche Bank, Bank of America, etc., why did they all settle billion-dollar claims for drug laundering money in their banking system? That's how we fund what we got going on. You ask any Marine, any Army person who's been out in the Gulf for the last 10 years, and you ask them why the hell they were guarding poppy fields. They know about the drug fields in Afghanistan. It may be news to you. It's not news to me. How does this tax crap happen, Ronnie? Well, around 1200, the King of England, he had borrowed a shitload of money from the Vatican because all the wars that were going on. They were broke. They didn't have any money. So he signed a treaty that would help continue to pay. He signed a treaty, the King of England, stating that they would continue to pay the Vatican until they were square. The problem is he never caught up. Because he does the same thing. He spends more than he borrows. He spends more than he makes, so he's always have to borrow. So they never get out of that debt. So he got in trouble. Remember when our Capitol building, again, you have to know history. I'm not gonna get into great detail. Google the shit. Remember when the Capitol building burned in 1812 when the Brits burnt down our Capitol building? And again, this may be news to the ignorant. Pick up a damn book. Well, guess what? We've been paying off war reparations to the United Kingdom all of these years. And we ain't told, well, it's not talked about. It's the same when you go to high school or you go to grade school and they don't teach you how to balance your checkbook or how to manage money. Again, this is not anything that's not known by the people that know anything. What's not known is the people out there. Case in point, when Lincoln financed the Civil War, he issued greenbacks. He issued them directly. No bankers, cut the middleman out. And it worked well. They didn't like that. That's why he got shot. JFK did the same thing with Executive Order 1101, where he was going to erase the compound interest on our debt. He was going to issue our own currency, just like the Constitution allows for the American or United States of America to do, to issue your own currency. Well, he was shot on an Illuminati great number. He was shot 11 days later. When you go against the grain and you try to disrupt this system of deception that they've thrown upon you for hundreds of years, you get killed. They're bound to keep us in prison. The problem is it's falling apart because people are finding out. People are speaking out. Thanks to things like the YouTube and the internet. They can't stop it. And they know they can't stop it. This is why they're preparing. This is why they're getting their shit ready. This is why they're getting their ducks in a row. This is why they're digging bunkers on the ground. This is why they're selling their stocks. This is why they're buying gold. This is why they're getting their stuff squared away. They know there's a great change coming. And I'm not even going to touch on the biblical aspect. Because these are Luciferian, demonic, corrupted, evil people that have wrapped their hands around a monetary system and have given all these minions money to do the deeds of the devil. But like I said, what's done in the dark shall be exposed by the light. The truth shall set you free. There is a great change coming. And you people need to first understand history to understand that the things that people like me are saying, this isn't fiction, folks. This is fact. It's just history. It's unreported, untalked about history. And you know what they say about history? Those that don't know it are destined to repeat it. Boom.